Welcome to tonight's regional news. We start off in Jamaica. One of the island's top plastic surgeons is advocating the establishment of a specialist registry in the light of a significant increase in the demand for body contour surgeries across the island. Senior plastic surgeon at the University Hospital of the West Indies, Dr. YANISS, also wants the government to format legislation that would facilitate the registry, something he said the Jamaican Medical Council has been working on for some time now. The issue came to the force on Monday when Scott told reporters that legislation to decide who can perform this procedure does not exist. Body contour surgery, Scott said, includes surgery on the breasts, liposuction of the stomach, back, buttocks, and thighs, among other areas. He also said these procedures are not taking place in medical facilities or medical centers, but instead at homes or even hotels. The surgeon said in the event of complications resulting from botched surgeries, if the patient fails to make a report, there is nothing the medical council can do. He believes the legislation is desperately needed and that it would give members of the public, insurance carriers, and other interest groups a reference point to deal with many aspects of health care. Minister of Industry, Commerce, Agriculture and Fisheries, Audley Saw, says Jamaicans can expect the import-export regulations for cannabis soon. Speaking at the official opening of Sensi Medical Cannabis House in New Kingston recently, he said work is being done on the draft of the regulations by the Cannabis Licensing Authority, CLA, and other agencies of government. He added that through the work of the CLA, the government is now in receipt of the first draft of the import-export regulations for cannabis for final review and discussions which, upon enactment, will give the CLA jurisdiction or the statutory authority to handle requests for import-export. Shaw noted that when this is promulgated, Jamaica will be one of 10 countries in the world with an export regime. Additionally, the minister pointed out that consultations have started for hemp regulations. A retired police inspector was taken into custody by the Portmore Police in St. Catherine on Saturday for allegedly stabbing his wife to death. The deceased woman has been identified as 65-year-old Pamela Manning of Pottersdale Avenue in Comerland, Portmore, St. Catherine. Reports by the police are that shortly after 10 p.m., an argument developed between the couple at their home when the retired police officer allegedly used a knife to stab his wife to death. The police were summoned and upon arrival, the woman was taken to the hospital and pronounced dead, and the accused taken into custody. And finally, police have rescued a 17-year-old Venezuelan national who was abducted and being kept in a house in exchange for drugs. The victim told police that she lives in Longdenville. She said that about 6 p.m. on Saturday, she had been taken away from her home in a green Nissan vehicle driven by a Rasta man. Also in the car were 2 Venezuelan men and another unknown man. The men were speaking about marijuana, and police were told that it was agreed that the 17-year-old be used as a collateral and as a guarantee that the drugs would be delivered. She was taken to a house in St. Anne's, Port of Spain, and left there. After more than 12 hours had passed without word from the parties involved, the teenager, fearful for her life, called for assistance. At about 11:30 on Sunday, the officers went to a home alongside Salmon Road, St. Anne's, and found the girl. 4 men were found at the house and they were detained. One is a U.S. citizen who has an address in Las Cuevas. And that is it for our regional news this evening. Back to you, Colwyn.